Salutations, my good people. Well, I guess not really Happy New Year this time, but I still have it in the notes. Uh, Welcome to episode 8 of Conversations with Cerny and McCurdy. We're your hosts,
I'm Ryan McCurdy.
and I'm Chris Cerny, and we're here with our guest Matt Medeiros. This episode is going to be our first true interview. There's really no topic today, so let's welcome our guest for this week, a good friend of ours, Matt Medeiros. Matt, if you want to, you can introduce yourself.
Perfect. Thank you, Chris. Hey guys, this is Matt Medeiros. I know these two gentlemen from my time at TCNJ. I transferred to TCNJ back in my junior year. I believe, if memory serves me right, that was 2021, 2022. A little hazy. A lot's going on in my mind right now, so can't even recall that. But yeah, from my time at TCNJ, I was a finance major, graduated in 2023. Right now, I'm currently working as a financial solution advisor in New York City. I'm from Cranford, New Jersey. If you know the Jersey area like that, shout me out. But in my free time, I also love to travel. I love eating out at restaurants and love spending time with my family and friends when I can. But yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Awesome. So basically today we'll talk about kind of your life, Matt.
Mhm.
And I guess before and before, after, and during college. Um,
Mhm.
and then what you're currently up to. So our first question will be, what was your life like before you got to TCNJ? So before you met Ryan and I.
Oh, okay. Before I met you guys, all right, let me go
Yeah.
back. And it was college itself is a whole different story you could dive into. But like before that, going way back, peeling the onion. I was big into soccer and basketball, going back to high school, middle school, even elementary. Loved athletics. Again, like I mentioned in the beginning, I'm big on family, so always spend time with my family and friends. Always would play soccer and basketball whenever I had the chance. I went to Cranford High. I was a 4-year Cranford varsity soccer player. Played basketball, but committed more to soccer. When I was 15, however, I actually tore my ACL playing soccer. I think that was one big life moment of mine because since then, when I was 15, that's like prime recruiting age for soccer, I feel like, for colleges. And I was kind of set on getting like a ride somewhere to play soccer. So after that, after I tore my ACL, that's kind of a red flag for scouting. And then I was like, wait, now I have to actually like hit the books and pick a career or something like that. But yeah, everything happens for a reason. But then still went on with my high school. I actually tore my ACL again when I was 18 playing soccer for fun for
Oh.
my town, like just with my friends and the travel team, and that was my sign. Like maybe it's time to hang the cleats up and like maybe play for fun, but nothing too serious. Um, but yeah, that happened, and then I graduated from high school in 2018, and I didn't know where to go really for college yet because again, I was just so set on playing soccer. It never even occurred to me academically where I should go or for my career. And I actually ended up picking UMass Dartmouth. Some of you might wonder where that is. In the name, it is in Massachusetts, but Dartmouth, not that many people know where Dartmouth is. It's actually near the coast, so Massachusetts does have a interesting coastline, very windy and cold. If you actually look up UMass Dartmouth, it actually has like one of the top, it's in the top 5 or top 10 for worst college campuses. It just looks like a prison. It's insane. And
Damn.
the dorms are all like, it's almost brutalist, I want to say, but again, I'm not an architect type, so you have to fact check me on that. But it's just so, it's kind of soulless, honestly. But yeah, I had a good time there. I was only there for my freshman year, and then I decided, maybe this college campus isn't for me. I decided to come back to New Jersey, and I went to Passaic County Community College to get my associates in the meantime. Because again, this is one thing growing up for me is no college ever screamed to me like I had to go there. And then, including all the fees, out of state tuitions and everything like that. I didn't want to graduate college with like tons of debt hanging on my head. So I decided, let me try, in state. First, let me get my associate's degree. Then I transfer somewhere. And so that's what I did. I got my associates in business administration, I believe. And my time at Passaic County, I wanted to, fluff up my resume a little bit. And so I joined some orgs. Some of the notable ones were the Business Leadership Club. I was the vice president of that club, as well as the Men of Color Society Initiative. Not vice president of that, but I was a member. But Business Leadership Club, I was vice president and had an active hand in like setting up events and just organizing meetings and everything like that. Had tons of fun doing that. And all that work kind of led me to TCNJ, the Princeton public schools, as some people like to call it. I highly agree because it's a great campus, it's a great school, great people there, great teachers, and it's a great location. So everything about it is great. And that's where I met these two. And I transferred, again, as my story follows, I transferred my junior year. And that's just a little bit about my time before TCNJ.
So when you first mentioned the ACL, because I believe it is like, I think once you get it once, it's much more common to happen again.
Yes.
And so that was like the big tragedy of your life.
Yes. So like 15 is like a tough age because that's like when colleges are like kind of recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was still in varsity when I was 16, 17. And but the thing is, I would play with this cast on my leg, so it's like that's that red flag right there when it comes to scouting. Is like this kid has this cast when he's like only 16. But besides that, what really it came down to was just you have to stretch. You just have to make sure you're ready for any prolonged activity. If you're going on a run, if you're going you're doing anything, including your body. Just make sure you stretch because it's not really worth it. Yeah. I was never that into stretching. Even to this day, I could do with more stretching. But it's a lesson learned. But so that happened again when I was 15. And then I decided, when I was 18. So it's funny because when I was 15, it was no contact. I was playing. It happened. I remember all this like it was yesterday. It's one of those things you're never going to forget. So it was December, like before Christmas, and we're playing like Long Island like football club in a scrimmage, and so we have to go all the way over there. This is when I played for FC Copa in it's a team out of East Brunswick, so they actually use Rutgers as like the home field. So some of the viewers right now.
Nice.
But what's it called? We did a scrimmage, and the other striker actually never came. So I played majority of the game, and when I was supposed to come out, I had to stay on. And we're losing already, like 2-4 or whatever. It's a scrimmage, but I was still pressing because I used to be striker. And then, snow was falling. It wasn't too heavy. It was just a little icy. And then I just stick my left foot out, which is my kicking leg. And then I just hear a pop, and I just fall to the floor. Ooh. And my knees swelled up. It's instant when that happens. And I even had one of my what's the word? Like teammates. One of my teammates' parents was a doctor, and he was like, he definitely like popped something. So I went to the hospital. It was a meniscus tear and ACL tear. So nowadays in modern science, like an ACL tear is like let's stitch it back up or something like that. The meniscus is like, oh, you can't even. You need you need physical therapy. You need to get that all going. I actually knew some people who played still on torn ACLs, but the meniscus you can't do anything with that. And but like I said, everything happens for a reason. I'm happy, at the end of the day, how some events turned out because it led me to where I am today, and I'm very happy with that. But the only thing I do regret is like I wish it didn't derail me from keep on playing soccer because I love soccer and I love even basketball. That just uses a lot of your knees and everything. So that's just one. Definitely. If I had any regrets, is just that psychological hesitation to get back in there. But besides that was no contact. And then when I was 18, playing for Cranford travel soccer with just my friends, we're playing still competitively, but it's just not academy or not clubs anymore. and we're playing for a spot in the playoffs. And then it was against Elizabeth too, and literally we're like it's a tie game, like 1-1, 2-2. Again, I'm a striker, so I'm pushing up the ball, and I go out with my left leg, and these two kids lower their shoulders and like sandwich my leg, and it was all intentional. And then I knew from there it was like it popped, and then like since it happened to me already when I was on the floor, I saw my knee. I was like, it happened again. Like this is it's terrible. But yeah, so then I took that as a sign, like let me get off the field for a little bit. Let me start focusing on my career. Like let me put soccer to the side for a little bit. And again, happened for a reason. And went to UMass Dartmouth, went to Passaic, went to TCNJ, and I think if I had any regrets out of all that time is I just wish I went to TCNJ from the start because, like I mentioned, it's a great school, and I wish I got to experience those 4 years there. 2 years was a short time, definitely, because it's a great campus.
I didn't even get to experience. We even
like
one. We got like 3 at most.
Yeah, basically, yeah, 3. I mean, technically, I'm making up that missed year and a half right now.
Yeah, I guess you are.
But I'm not on campus. Like, I'm at home.
Do you go to the campus at all for classes?
Yeah,
or?
so twice a semester, twice on Saturdays a semester, we go in person from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. with an hour lunch.
Wow.
It's like a job.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah,
it basically is what I work.
Wow.
It was just an extension of work this past Saturday. I was like, oh, it's just another day of work.
But how's the campus? Has anything changed since our time there?
Yes, actually, a couple of things have changed.
How's the construction doing?
It's still construction. There is still construction. Don't you worry, guys. There is still construction.
Everyone knows construction in New Jersey is ran through the mob. Not playing. It's never going to be complete.
Nope.
It's always.
So Ryan, you remember our freshman year that like bulletin board, the like wood board that they had outside the stud where all the flyers would go up for clubs and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
So they made a digital version of that.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
And it's like outside of the stud, in between the stud and Packer. And it has one really stupid phrase on it all the time, and it's let your pride roar, TCNJ.
Yeah, it's very corny.
It's very corny. But other than that, honestly, there's not much that's changed since we were there.
Have they done anything to the towers yet, or is it still just standing there?
So I actually I found out the actual reason why it keeps getting pushed back. This is what I get for taking classes with a bunch of TCNJ employees. I get inside scoop. So apparently the reason why is that we are in a constant battle with the township of Ewing, and they say that it's too high and that you can see it from all over the town, and they want it to. So if we are to demolish and rebuild them, it has to be shorter. That's why every other academic and residential building on campus is no more than 5 stories high.
Because that's like that.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. That they even care you could see it from from the other side of town.
Yeah, apparently. That's what they said. That's what I was told. And I also found out that Hawes and Phelps were not supposed to be just Hawes and Phelps. There were supposed to be 3 buildings.
Oh wow.
But apparently it looks stupid, so they changed it.
I wonder where that third building would have fit in over there.
So basically, it was supposed to be like a U, essentially.
I see. I see. Back where the basketball court is, right? That's like the middle. Oh, okay. But then they
Yeah.
have those houses there too, though. So
Yeah, so it was
yeah.
supposed to be 3, and then it was basically like the contractor or builder
Yeah.
basically said, I can't do this,
Mm.
and they couldn't find someone else, so they had to stick with the 2.
I mean, if the
Uh,
company's like, yeah, I'm not doing this, no, it's not going to happen. Maybe there's a reason.
Yeah, that's the whole thing with the so TCNJ's just had a really, really bad track record with contractors. That's why the
mm,
Steam's a problem.
Oh,
mm.
yeah, that's
It's
Steam.
because there is a contractor that messed something up and
Oh,
said
like,
that they would fix it and never did.
so we end up contracting a lot of bad companies.
Yeah, essentially.
Well, of course we do.
Yeah, it's TCNJ. All right, getting back on track.
Yes, to Matt.
Ryan, do you want to ask the next question? If you
Well,
have it up.
Yeah, it's how did you meet us? But
Well,
Oh,
how did
okay.
you meet
Well,
Ryan and
Yeah.
Chris Cerny, the host of this podcast?
yes, Ryan
now
McCurdy and Chris Cerny.
you guys have to correct me on this because my memory is so hazy. So were were we roommates off the bat? Like, because I
Yeah.
remember I had
Yes.
I had to double with his name. I think his name's Nick. The original roommate. Do you guys remember that at all?
I remember.
Yeah.
I think there was. I remember there was changes, and even like near the end of the year, there was more changes.
Yes, yeah. It was definitely a roller coaster, but of course,
Yes.
with nothing with you guys. It was with the
Yeah.
people living in my in my room. But I think all right. So again, I transferred as a junior, so I only had 2 years at TCNJ. In my fall semester, I was in the double because I just did random roommate selection. I ended up with
Yeah.
Chris and Ryan. There was not. Was there someone else that's slipping my mind right now?
Yes, but we don't really discuss that person.
Okay.
Yeah.
It slipped my mind for a reason, I guess. So it's fine.
And then there's a person you had the double with.
Yeah.
Yes. So let me start there. So it's his name's Justin or Nick. I totally forgot. I'm sorry if he hears
Oh,
this. I still follow him on Instagram already. But he was like an ex-football player, and he was a great guy. Like we got along fine. Only thing is, spring semester he went home. Like he didn't complete college anymore, or he just dropped out, and that's
Yeah.
fine. But then I had like a single and a double for a little bit, and I loved that. That was awesome.
That's gotta be great.
As I'm sure
Yeah.
anyone could imagine, right? Like,
Yeah.
but some things don't always last, and so I did get a roommate, and that's fine. So I had to put the beds back, everything, unorganize my room how I had it, but and his name slipped in my mind too.
Yeah.
Same,
But
honestly.
Yeah, same.
yeah, and
I honestly
let me
don't remember.
Because remember we had someone like near the end, like for a very short amount of time. Because
yes,
someone
Yeah.
else, I think your second person was
yes,
I forget, but he also like dropped out and then was staying
yeah,
there, and then he had to leave because you're not in any classes, you can't stay here.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
It,
I
it was
remember
just
that.
it was just an interesting situation,
Mm.
Yeah.
and I ended up yeah, so that happened. And then I'm trying to think my senior year, like, because that's when we kind of ended being like roommates, right? Senior
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like that lasted until junior year. But then I don't know if it was my junior year or my senior year. I asked for a change, like a roommate change, and not all was because of my roommate. It's just because now I'm in a double, but like there's a single available, and it was Hawes and
Phelps.
what was
Right?
it?
Phelps.
Phelps.
No, yeah, it
Yeah,
was
Phelps.
Phelps.
Phelps had a single available, so I think that's when I said, "Oh, let me apply there."
Yeah.
But the only reason why I wanted to really move out is because my roommate in a double, he never left the room, so like
Oh.
It's kind
it
of
was just,
it's
you could
awkward.
imagine.
Mhm.
Yeah,
it's
and
awkward.
nothing wrong with that, but
But
it's just
being with
I'd wake
someone
up
else,
from
because then you're
yeah,
always sharing the space.
yes.
Yeah.
I'd go out, go to classes, come back, he's there. I go to the gym, come back, he's there, and nothing wrong with that. Again, it's just sometimes I want my alone time, as anyone would. And
Yeah.
but yeah, and then no, we had different interests and everything. We didn't like maybe see eye to eye. No like altercations, anything. But I was like, there's
That's
a room
good.
available. I'm just gonna apply.
It's still better to be single.
Yeah. So that's what happened, and I know my senior year I moved in, and so this is what I'm trying to remember if it was my junior or senior year, because I remember moving into the single, and I did my whole move. I opened the door, and I'm on the first floor. It's nice, and
Nice.
I smell my room, and I'm like, oh, that must be like a new room smell. I'm not thinking too much of it, and so I move everything in. I'm all packed. I remember everything. It's like the last thing I just dropped on the floor, like the last box, and I look up and I just see black mold in the top right corner. And
Oh.
I'm like, okay. And that was very interesting. And yeah, it was a whole thing. Like me contacting the RAs, and like it had to be an interesting time because I got a slow response, and like they it had to be my junior year because they're telling me to go back to my old room, and I'm like, yeah, but no one checked this before they approved me to move here or anything. And then they're like, well, you didn't see it. I'm like, I didn't see it, but like I was like, yeah, I didn't see it. But whatever, that all happened. And then after that whole fiasco, I ended up moving in fine. And yeah, but to answer your question, that's how we met through our roommates, the random roommates assignment. But I was very happy to get to meet you guys through that way because you guys are great roommates. It's just I was unfortunate in the double having kind of a roulette with my selection there.
Yeah,
But
I didn't even remember like, to be completely honest, I didn't remember the last roommate you had because
he was very like kept to himself. That's all
Yeah.
I remember of him was that nice guy, but it was as if he wasn't really there.
Yeah,
And also
Exactly.
it was like very much near the end. Like there wasn't much time to even get to know
that's
him.
probably why I don't remember it.
Yeah, it was
And
like
also because I was on the complete opposite side of you guys, of the apartment, because I was literally right next to the bathroom.
Yeah, that was so nice because you can just walk there and.
I literally just had to turn the corner to go to the shower. It was so nice. It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's super nice.
Yeah.
So
Ryan had that in Campus Town.
Yeah. Everyone was near a bathroom.
That's
all in Campus Town.
Yeah, Campus Town. Like it's like 2 steps, because both sides had a bathroom.
And both sides was, like,
had a bathroom,
area.
so like, yeah, it was
and also you can walk out of your room. You can walk out of your room straight, and you have your sink, and then you turn left, and you have a bathroom.
Nice.
And there was also a laundry machine. Even though it's expensive, having laundry in the dorm, I think it's worth it.
It was a game changer.
No, I 100% agree. I would remember going down to my laundry, and then like they're all filled, and then I had to bring it back up.
Yeah, that was.
And then try again later.
Much.
That sucked, especially for us because we were on the 3rd floor.
And it was even like that in the towers, like when I was there.
Oh, the towers was worse because it was every other floor. I was lucky that I was on a floor that had.
Oh, that's great. I wasn't.
I just remembered that it was every other floor. Because it was all the odd floors had, washers and dryers.
I had T6.
Yeah, and I was T3, so I had it on my floor, but I couldn't rarely do my laundry because everybody was coming to my floor to do laundry. So I found a hack that was you do it early in the morning on the weekends.
That makes sense because no one wants to get up on the weekends.
Exactly,
But
and
if you can,
a lot of
then there you go.
A lot of kids are very much asleep, and might have had too much the night before.
Yeah, hungover.
Yeah,
Chris is up and at him. He's getting his laundry done.
I was getting my laundry done freshman year. My junior year, I was like,
It was on your bed.
I'll wake up whenever I wake up, and I'll do my laundry whenever. I'll just drive home if I have to.
True, that was another good thing about TCNJ. Only an hour away from my home, so I could always drive back if anything.
Yeah, that was always a good thing. I remember driving home. Ryan, we can't hear you. Yeah, I remember driving home whenever there was like something going on.
Mm-hmm. But since you guys did ask me how I met you guys, I would love a refresher how you two met.
How we met?
Yeah.
Oh God. We met the summer before junior year.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, I can. So we met summer before junior year.
It was during. So it was like kind of like COVID was still a thing, but it was at the point where you could do stuff with people.
Yeah, it was the end of sophomore year while we were still on Zoom.
Yeah, it was like I remember because I remember when we were doing stuff. It's like finals were kind of around that time.
Yeah, finals was right around the corner. Because I had a final with the roommate that we're not talking about.
Yeah. We were like, I think we met up to do like mini golf.
Yeah, and then we met to do mini golf in Pennington. Like I drove to pick up Ryan, and then we drove to his house so we could all meet some of our other friends. We met Carla and Kevin, yeah.
And Kevin was going to be like, we were going to room with him, and then he became was it an RA?
CARA, one of the two.
I don't know. We have our own word for it, and it's like TCNJ does, and I don't know why it's different.
Because it's TCNJ, and we have to make everything different. Why do we call the library the lib?
It's because
the lib.
Or the stud.
The lib.
The stud is weirder.
The stud.
The stud.
Yeah.
Going to the stud.
When the teacher
I'm going to the stud.
Called it the stud. I was like, "What is wrong with you?" And he's like, "Well, no,
I'm going to the stud."
Well, like, I don't believe you.
They always tried to make us say I'm going to the BSC, but it just doesn't roll off the tongue.
Yeah, the stud is better than BSC.
Yeah. No, I'm actually Ryan. No, I'm going to the Brower Student Center.
I would look at you weird as well. I did. If you said that, I don't think we would have roomed together.
No, I never called it that.
Exactly.
I always called it the stud. Or when I was talking about a room, I would always say BSC whatever, because that's the only time it works.
Yeah, you're right in that one.
That's the only time it worked. But yeah, we met there. Then we met on the car ride. That I missed the turn on. The infamous missed turn.
Which is it's a very interesting way to meet someone new, because it's literally you're in a car with them for like an hour.
Yeah, it was very odd.
It was odd, but it worked because you got.
But it was the right turn to a friendship.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it definitely helped Ryan and I to be friends because we had that hour to talk.
We kind of had to talk, and so
yeah, we kind of had to. We had like no choice, or else it would have just been awkward silence for an hour.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
Was it because like it's one of those scenarios that you have to just go into there's an exit to make a U-turn? Was that the scenario? Yeah.
No, it was literally I missed the turn and there was no other because we were on back roads trying to get onto a highway. There was literally no other way to get back on.
Yeah. Terrible.
So we were just like stuck on back roads for a while. It's crazy.
I mean, I like back roads, but not when it's
later. No, that sucked. That really sucked. But yeah, no, we met a little bit before that car ride. Like we met up again after that car ride, and we did stuff during the summer, and but we made the decision to room together before that.
Because it was like it was me and the other person who had sort of arranged everything.
It was him and I. Like the two of us were the two really moving everything along because we had class together.
Right, and I was just kind of along. I was like, oh, people to room with that I know, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah, so that's how it worked out. And then we roomed together senior year.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan and I did.
Because it worked well.
Yes, it did.
Campus town. And you guys had other roommates, right?
Yeah, we had 2 other roommates.
Yeah. Nice. I've been to campus, like I never lived in campus town. I think, did I go back? No, I was Phelps my senior year. I stayed between Halls and Phelps, but I had good friends at campus town. And yeah, you're right. Like it's very nice. I love how it's set up.
If you want to stay on campus and not spend as much money, I think Halls and Phelps are pretty good. But if you are okay with the money, it's definitely overall. Even though I slightly regret it, just because it's
expensive.
In more debt than I probably would have liked to.
Yeah.
But I won't regret the laundry in the room. That still was
definitely.
Nope. You know what's
it's literally just that, honestly.
Ryan, you know what's crazy? Kind of going a little off topic. Hannah's little's boyfriend has enough money that he can live in a single in campus town, and has done it for the last 2 years.
2 years? What the hell?
Wow, that's single in campus town.
Yeah, those things are really expensive.
Yeah, because you're like paying for like 4 times.
Yeah, it's just like, damn.
You see, I think I would. I don't know how I'd feel if I just had a single apartment. Like, I think at the end of the day, I would want a roommate. Like, I'm sure, like, he has friends and everything he invites over. But at the end of the day, just a little bro moment. Just you and one of your friends. It doesn't have to be just coming home by yourself. Sometimes it could be depressing a little bit.
That's nice about having, like, you get your own, both in Halls and in campus town, you can get your own room, and then you can have a common area with other people. At least if you have a single in Halls.
Well, it's funny because when I was at Phelps my senior year, and I did kind of have that, like I was in my own room, but then the new place that I lived, everyone just pretty much kept to themselves. So it was like, quiet. So that's one thing. That's why I kind of felt like, oh yeah, it kind of is a little depressing when you're by yourself because like, you still have your friends come over, but not, Monday through Friday when people have classes and like they have to do homework, you can't see them sometimes. And it's like, well, I'm just back in my apartment by myself. So yeah, I think like, even now, like I'm like shopping around for like, me and my friends are looking for places. I still live at home because, I'm trying to move into the city, but, it's so pricey. It's insane. Yeah. And like a studio, 900 feet studio is going to be like 3,400. It's like, what are you asking?
I know someone who I see spending a lot of money for a studio, and their bathroom doesn't have a door; it has a curtain.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I had a friend. He lived in Upper East Side. He paid 3,300, and they called it a 1-bedroom because it had one window, which was in the bedroom, and then the door was a sliding glass door to the living room because a living room needs a window. You know what I mean? They called it like the window because the light comes through the glass door to the living room. It's like, that's insane.
That's insane. That is insane. I mean,
New York's definitely interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy considering like I thought that like looking for apartments down here in Jersey, like $2,000 a month for a 1-bedroom was crazy expensive.
It still is. It still is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it still is. But I mean, no, my girlfriend and I are looking for apartments soon.
Nice.
So
nice. That's what I was hoping for. But so my girlfriend, she's from like Rockaway, New Jersey, and she has a job fairly close to there. So it doesn't make sense for her to pick up and move into the city to commute way back there.
Yeah.
So that's why, it's tough.
Yeah, we're both gonna be working in Jersey for a little bit, so it makes sense. We're gonna be looking in Flemington, like that area.
That's a nice area.
Yeah, we found a really nice apartment building that had 2-bedroom apartments for 1,500, like 15 to 1,900 a month.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah,
That's very good. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
I wish.
okay. But yeah,
Nice,
no,
nice.
just gotta build up the money first because I didn't work for so long after college, after graduating.
So, yeah, no, definitely a good rule of thumb is like 3 to 6 months of emergency savings you have, at least, stuffed away. You don't have to dig into your retirement accounts or your investment accounts. You have that just in case anything happens. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing, just building that bucket up, and then I can move out.
I'm building up my bucket right now, and then also just like kind of, well, I'm gonna be getting my 401k soon, so starting that soon. So I'm excited about that.
Definitely get that company match. There we go. That's money on the table.
Yep.
So this seems like a good segue.
Yeah.
What are you currently doing?
What am I currently doing? Okay.
We can also kind of follow that up with what has your work life experience been so far?
Oh, yeah, right.
That's actually good because I was definitely going to touch on that. So
beautiful.
So
beautiful.
Yeah,
I'm. We're good at writing questions here.
Yes, it was a good transition question. So, like I mentioned, I work in this city. I do work for one of the big four banks. The title is a financial solution advisor. Why I don't just say financial advisor is because while I am, it's just there's levels and there's complexities that we deal with. So again, I graduated in 2023. I got this internship. I should shout out Alpha Kappa Psi. That was the org I was in. So it's a co-ed business org at TCNJ, and it's very professional. And they really helped me get my feet on the ground when it comes to applying for jobs in the business world. And Aditi, the president of my senior year, she was great, and she helped me kind of prepare for my interviews. And that's just a quick shout out to AK Psi for them because they got me my current job. So yeah. So again, I work in the city. I did an internship, and then my first job was being at a bank. So if you go to a Bank of America or Chase, you're gonna see there's an investment advisor there. That's what I was doing for this past year. So I was that guy. I got my Series 7. I got my 66. So that means I'm a registered investment advisor, a broker dealer. In certain states, of course, it's not federal, but so what I would do is I would meet with clients in the local area. New York's a great market for that because the people who could afford these apartments, they definitely got some money tucked away. Yeah. And it's great working, doing that through a bank because unlike traditional advisors that you have to self-source your clients, you kind of have this lead of you kind of have these leads generated from the bank itself. You could see people's with all in respect, you can see their accounts and the activity. It's not like I'm pulling up someone's name to look into their accounts, but if I see my thing was if I see just money sitting in your account, I will definitely give you a call, a sizable amount, because the whole thing is just inflation eats away at money in our savings account. And so let's do it safe. We have so many options nowadays to do safe investments, whether it's just a standard, CD to a high yield savings to more not even aggressive, just more moderate is just investing in the market safely and responsibly. There's so many ways to invest nowadays. You do robo advisors, all these self-directed platforms are very user friendly too. So you could definitely, if you're a beginner, you could definitely start off just investing through index funds, through ETFs, nothing too complicated to start, passive investments, and then when you get more comfortable, you can introduce those mutual funds and more concentrated stock positions. But again, none of these are recommendations on my part. These are just stuff that I've seen in my field of work. But so I did that for a year. And then recently, very, very recently, 2-3 weeks ago, I actually got promoted to the corporate office. So now what I'm doing is like I was telling Chris before, like I've been studying. I'm taking my CRPC exam, so that's like the name always throws me off. It's like Chartered Retirement Planning Counselor. That's pretty much the gist of it. Is like that I'm have a designation that I'm certified in this field to talk about retirements. So yeah, that's why I've been a little brain dead. I'm learning about how annuities are taxed and and how like to take out when to take Social Security and like how to manage 401ks. So it's a little dry, but at the end of the day, it's very useful information. So it's good to get this down pat. And in my time at work, it's since I am transitioning, I have training, so it's very light for now.
Yeah.
But then, after I go live, it's make those calls, still reach out to clients. But I'm fortunate enough to be in a program that helps me stay on track for the next couple of years of my life. As long as I hit my quotas, I'll move on to a financial advisor. That's the next position. So that's really when I could have all the freedom I want. I could reach out to clients, do LinkedIn eventually, and like self-source my own clients. I'm not there though. I'm not there yet. So I got a long way to go, but that's pretty much what I've been into. But what I really want to talk about is the commute because it is terrible. NJ Transit could catch these hands because they are terrible. I don't know if you guys commute at all to the city, but there was this time I don't know if it was 2024 that they were just not working. Like the trains were just not working.
Yeah, I saw that.
And oh my, it was very recent. I have so many stories about NJ Transit. Another organization ran by the mob, in my opinion. But
in my opinion.
Yeah, I could see that. I definitely could see it.
Oh my god! Like so, from Cranford, I go on the Raritan Valley line. It's a very popular commuter line, and even recently, we had to deal with a derailed shipment, like a train shipment, like derailed off my track, and so we got very late notice about it. I remember recently, like I wake up at 6:30, get ready for work, and I try to take the 7:44 train out of my town. So, I drive to the station, I park 7:30, 7:35. I walk up to the station. Huge line, like outside the station around the block. And I'm like, what is this line for? And then I go and I see it's the bus line. And then I'm like asking someone, like, what's wrong with the trains? He's like, oh, derailment. Like, there's no trains operating today. So everyone had to get a bus. And so I tried to get to work around 9. That day I didn't get to work till like 10:20. And it's terrible. And then that same week on the way back, no notifications. Like I was checking NJ Transit, everything was all good. I get to North Penn. And then there's people just standing outside the door like, yeah, there's no train. Like you have to take a bus again. It's like, what are you talking about? Like no one gave us this notification. But yeah.
Penn.
The last thing you want to do is just be stranded at North Penn, bro. It's terrible.
Yeah.
That's another. I have so much beef with New Jersey, like, because they, like,
understandable.
Even if you're standing there, at least have, like, healthy food options for people, because when I'm there, I'm hungry, and then it's either McDonald's or Auntie Anne's or Dunkin' Donuts. Like, I want something, like, I want a smoothie or something. I want something, like, that's not just
doesn't make you feel bad about eating it.
Yeah, literally. And I'm like, if I'm stranded here, don't make it terrible for me.
Seriously.
But yeah, that's just a snippet of what I deal with almost on a daily basis. The commute itself is like an hour 10. If there's any delays, it could go up to 2 hours sometimes, and that's when it's terrible. So circling back to what we're talking about that's why I want to move into the city or something like that.
Yeah.
Because it's tough. Like if I want to go to the gym or something after work, like let's say I leave my office at 4:00. I won't get home until 5:30, but let's just say there's a delay. It gets pushed back to 6:30. I have to come home. I have to walk my dog, and then, it's already dark, and then I'm a seasonal person. If it's dark already, I'm going to sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just what I deal with. So ideally it would be nice to move into the city, but again, got the new promotion, so I'm actually working at Rockefeller Plaza, so 75
that's
Rock.
actually
So
really cool.
yes,
That's
yeah, I'm very
really
excited.
cool.
Definitely move up from the banks,
Oh yeah, 100%.
but it's still fun. Now I get these like 50 and 60-year-old guys looking at me like, who let this kid in? And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm here, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun. It's the commute really for me. It doesn't toll on
Yeah, I understand that. That's kind of why I left my last full-time position was the commute. I
Yeah.
was doing third-party marketing for or I was at a third-party marketing firm selling AT&T wireless plans at Costco up in Wharton, New Jersey.
Oh,
And
Warren, okay.
yeah, and I live in Holmdel. So
Yeah.
that
Oh,
commute
yeah.
was not fun.
Yeah.
Now I work in
Yeesh.
Princeton, so
Oh, nice.
the company I work for now is in Princeton. It's awesome. I get that startup mentality because the company is only like 3 years old,
Hmm.
and it's so much fun. Like almost all of us are like 20 somethings, so we're all like in our like mid, early to mid 20s. So we're
Hmm.
all like chatting and doing all that, and everybody is like, "Oh, what are you doing this weekend?" "Oh, I'm going to bar A. I'm going to like." Everybody's going out.
Bar A. Oh
Oh,
my
bar A,
God.
bar A. Like
DJs probably.
DJs,
Yeah.
yeah, like all of them. Like it's so funny. And then I could say I went out last week. I went with my girlfriend to Row, so that was fun.
Hmm.
So much fun. Did not miss Row whatsoever. Um,
Oh my
Where's the
God.
pizza? Where's the pizza?
Row. That is a
Row
memory.
Row pizza still kind of hits.
Especially
I'm
when you're
sure.
drinking. Honestly, that's the best part of rum.
Yeah, it still kind of hits. Like I'm not gonna lie. Um, but it was definitely a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm kind of just doing cold calls and cold emails now, so
Mm.
that's always so much fun.
I get it. I get it. I'm on the same boat with you with that.
Yeah,
Calling people
I
out the
actually,
blue.
I actually, I actually interviewed for a few financial advisor positions.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I did. I did. I
What,
was
like, can you
close
give
to
me?
taking a couple.
I was worked at a financial place once. Well, I
Oh,
did for a short amount of time, but it was like an assistant to a financial advisor. Except the financial
yeah, yeah.
advisor place was in Michigan, and I was in here, and I
Mm.
that's
Oh, I remember. I remember you working there. Never mind.
yeah,
I remember
it was
that.
good, except it was like I couldn't really learn what I was supposed to do because there was so much of a distance. I
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
didn't really, I wasn't comfortable like moving all the way over to Michigan just for like
yeah.
one job that wasn't like the highest paying.
Yeah, I was about to ask, would you guys be open to moving to a different state if the job made sense for you?
I mean, if it made sense and
Yeah,
if they helped with the movement, I'd probably do it.
yeah.
Even if it was
I
like
already,
Arkansas or something like that?
I mean, it depends on the. I mean, it kind of depends on the job, but
I,
I'm not
True.
against moving.
yeah. My girlfriend and I have already talked about it. We kind of know, like, eventually, somehow, we're gonna, as much as like we want to say we would move north or somewhere else, like we're gonna end up in North Carolina. Like we're just gonna end
Wow.
up in North Carolina. Like we,
Where? Mm. Do you know where in North Carolina?
um, honestly, I'm not 100% sure, but I know my parents want to maybe eventually move down there when when my dad retires. Um, they have friends down there. Uh, my girlfriend's parents want to move more further south because her sister lives in Tennessee.
Ooh,
Um, and
yeah.
her aunt lives right outside of Charlotte, so actually like right near Charlotte Speedway, Motor Speedway.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And I'm a big NASCAR fan, so like
Yeah.
it's one of those. And my girlfriend loves the South, like she loves it. It's just like she's studying elementary education. So she's an ed major, and teachers don't get paid that great down there.
Yeah, it's tough, man. They don't get what they deserve, bro.
Yeah, so I mean, she wants to live up here for a few more years to build up her bank account, do all that, and then we'll probably move.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what point. She loves the South is kind of an odd statement. That has a lot of context.
I like the South. I like some of the parts of the South. Like,
I mean, there's cool parts like food.
They're definitely like cool parts, historical parts. And then there's for me NASCAR. So I have NASCAR. Like that's the one thing that I can get in the South that I can't really get up here.
Yeah, that's true.
You know who else loves NASCAR? Brazilians.
That's true.
Brazilians love NASCAR. I know, like, because my dad, for the listeners, I'm also Brazilian Peruvian. My dad is from Brazil, so he'll still watch the Brazilian news here at home, and it's on any given day you'll see some NASCAR highlights there, or like F1 racing. They love it.
Yeah,
but I did want to add. No, go ahead.
They're going to be very excited about this F1 season. There's a Brazilian racer that's a rookie this year.
Oh yeah, what's his name?
Gabriel Bortoleto.
Oh, that's a Brazilian name right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. But I did want to quickly add to your North Carolina little segment there. Is actually when did I go last year? I think. Or like in the summertime, like around May 2024, and I was very pleasantly surprised. Like, I went with my girlfriend and all her friends. One of her friends, actually, one of my friends from TCNJ, in Alpha Kappa Psi. Her parents had a vacation home in North Carolina in Lake Norman. And,
oh wow! Yeah.
So we went to Lake Norman, and it was awesome. Lake Norman has this huge nuclear power plant. So when we were there, it was funny because her dad took us on a boat ride, and he took us near the plant. And we got in the water, and we were like, why is it actually way warmer here than anywhere else in the lake? But but I mentioned that because we actually went to Charlotte, and Charlotte downtown is actually very nice. And
yeah, I went to Charlotte downtown when I visited. We went to go see Clemson and UNC Charlotte. So we stayed in downtown Charlotte. And went to the NASCAR Hall of Fame. And I really loved downtown Charlotte. It was really cool. It's a really cool area.
Yeah, and I feel like there's a lot of youth there. Like there's a lot of young working people moving there. Because I think they had the Bank of America headquarters there too. And then I'm sure there's other. It's kind of leaving my memory right now, but I'm sure there's like some accounting firms over there or financial groups that people would be willing to move there. And then they have like beer gardens and stuff like that for the young people. It was nice. I liked it, and the restaurants and everything. Yeah,
definitely. I liked Charlotte. It was really cool. It's a really cool area. But it's also, the future is what it will be. But no, for right now, Jersey is fine for me. But I could definitely see myself if a job offers me like a position to move somewhere, like especially right now, like.
True.
As much as I want to stay in Jersey and everything, like to be around family, if a job offers me a position to like move or like go out for a little bit to travel, I'm gonna take it because I love traveling. So
nice, yeah.
Especially because also like not every industry is in every state in every area of the country. Also, this microphone is, I guess, died.
Oh.
Because I was like constantly like during that whole thing, I wasn't talking because I was like replugging it in, tapping this.
Interesting.
So now I'm stuck with the webcam mic. Because,
fun.
It's all sounding far away.
No, we can still hear you. That's what's most important.
Yeah, that is That is the most important thing. I mean, Matt, you kind of touched on it. The next question we had, it's what gave you your start in the business world?
Oh, okay. No, yeah, I'll definitely dive into a little bit more detail because I didn't give AK Psi the flowers like I should. So yeah, like I joined Alpha Kappa Psi in my junior year when I transferred. Uh, and yeah, it was honestly a great decision for those listeners who either at TCNJ or thinking about going to TCNJ or even, went to TCNJ. They might know Alpha Kappa Psi or heard about Alpha Kappa Psi. It's a great organization. It's co-ed, so you could be a man, woman, whatever, and you could join. And you don't have to be a business major. Even though I was a finance major. They have all types of majors there. The whole thing was the professional development, and it's really cool. Like the people there are very, very nice, welcoming. My I hate to say it, but like my best time was my junior year because like my babe was there, Lola, and then like
Yeah.
Pat and like Nia, like all like my whole family lineage, and then what's it called? I just had a great time because to touch on it too, I'm actually older than when I graduated because I had that like gap year freshman year. So
Yeah.
my junior year, the seniors are like my age, so it was nice in that sense. But
Yeah.
I still talk to one of my best friends there, Alex Gillespie. Me and him keep in contact a lot, and he's from Alpha Kappa Psi. But
Yeah.
like I mentioned in the beginning of my ramble, Aditi helped me with my current job because she wasn't the president then, but she became the president our senior year essentially. Well
Yeah.
deserved too because she's definitely on top of the ball when it comes to that stuff, and she helped me with interview questions, how to answer questions. Not only her, but just everyone. They fixed my resume. They uh, they told me like what to do to fluff up, what people look for, and
Yeah.
it's all about joining orgs too. I was also in the financial like members association. That one blew my mind
Yeah.
a little bit, but yeah, really, Alpha Kappa Psi played a huge role. I got the internship. I'll also say, um, because as an advisor, you have to be very talkative, you have to be approachable, and that's one thing they're looking for.
Yeah.
So my time bartending, shout out Arugas as well. That did help. Um, for those listeners too, Arugas was in Campus Town. Sadly, it's no longer there. It came and went within my time, within all of our time
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Now it's
Um,
Blueberry Tap and Tavern, which is basically Arugas but cheaper.
Oh,
so I was gonna say
that
that's the
sounds pretty good.
thing, but Arugas was too expensive for what it was.
Yeah.
And
No, literally, I will tell you guys, the Blueberry Tap menu, I've been there like 2 or 3 times now. It is almost exactly the same as Arugas.
like wings and burgers and all that.
Yeah.
Does it have the big drinks with the Red Bulls?
I didn't see them, but I wasn't also looking because I was driving every time I went.
Oh yeah,
I was the
Yeah.
driver, so.
those were good.
But
Those
also,
were
it's
good. I
like,
also like their buffalo stromboli.
yeah,
Oh, that's a good one.
I think they're really good.
they didn't even really change the interior that much. It
Just
kind
remove
of
the
looks
sandwiches or something.
exactly the same and feels exactly the same.
I think I could talk so much about Arugas. Please stop me. But their biggest flaw, and I hate to sound like a hater too, it's I think not even the management, it's I think the people who they had hired. It was
Yeah,
like you had like not freshmen, but like you had like these college students that maybe it was their first time in hospitality and they don't know
yeah,
even they didn't have their proper training to greet a table, to make sure the table's okay. Stuff like that, small stuff. Like
yeah,
I'm very passionate about everything I do. So it's like when I bartend, I'm a bartend. And I'm gonna make sure you're being served. I'm gonna make sure this drink is perfect for you. That wasn't the same with all the hires there, unfortunately.
Yeah, I definitely noticed that.
Yeah, and then you also have the prices, which were outrageous for, again, what it was. It was just microwave chicken, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, it's like a bar food, like a sports bar.
Yeah, exactly. So all that played a huge factor. I wish Aruga's was still open. I'm happy to hear there is something still for the students, because I think that's a big thing. If you're not in Org or
all the like the stuff that are like not great about Aruga's, I enjoyed having it there as my campus, because it was like an actual restaurant to go to. They didn't have to leave.
Exactly. That's what I loved about it.
I mean, I liked what what was before Aruga's as well, Landmark.
That would be beautiful, but
it was there. The reason it closed was because they allowed someone to go out after being overserved, and it got into a hit and run.
And it makes sense from a restaurant standpoint, because when I was there, I think that's why it was kind of vacant for a while, and then Aruga's came in, because no restaurant almost didn't want to touch that location, because you're on a college campus, you kind of have a heavy hand. Like, there's cops outside like all the time there because of what happened with Landmark, so they make sure that we're pouring like the right amount, not over pouring drinks and everything, and then all of that, you know what I mean? It's just it was just tough for Aruga's to survive.
Yeah.
But also, they even technically, you can get alcohol at I don't know if it's still a thing, but one of the places like Traditions.
No, at Trads you can get beer and wine if you're over 21.
I think that happened in our senior year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's when it started. But also it was a thing. So before Trads became Trads, it was the Rat, which served alcohol, and you could actually use your points to get the alcohol.
Whoa, take me back.
I've heard all these old stories. That's why I know. And it was apparently like, it was kind of interesting because the beer kegs never always got cleaned out, so the beer was a little bit over fermented, and it was a little bit stronger than
okay.
Yeah. It was very like, apparently it was very like dive bar-esque before they redid the stud.
Oh my god.
Even though it could very well be a negative, the idea of having too strong beer, I would mind. Granted, I can see why that would be a problem.
The kids never minded.
Yeah, that's what I don't think they had. Who would complain? But
it was like the Rat's specialty, like fermented beer. Because you're fermented
like
Bud
the
Light.
The Rat was like apparently such a cool place to be at. Like, they had concerts there all the time. Like, it was like apparently it was really, really cool. I remember like, I know like I was at TCNJ when they were renovating the stud, because I was at the Bonner program, so they were renovating the stud while we were there, because we weren't allowed in it. We were not allowed in the stud. And yeah, it was apparently like they renovated it. They did renovate it very, very recently. That's why it looks so new.
That makes sense.
You know,
it's the same with the STEM building.
I did want to ask you guys, what's like, not that we kind of touched on it before, what was like your favorite building back at TCNJ?
Mine was definitely the Iron Man building.
Yeah, I was gonna assume that you were gonna say that.
It's not only my Ranger, it's also like, it was a cool building.
It is a cool building. I will say the AIM building is really cool.
Its own like lounge area.
Yeah, I love the AIM lounge.
Hang out, play games, and like do their projects. That was
nice.
I love AIM lounge. That was awesome.
We have events on it, like IMMT or DCT it became, because we switched from design and creative technology, and IMM was just like part of that. And like they'd bring out a bunch of snacks, and also tea, including like
I was lucky enough to go there a couple times. That was so much fun.
Nice.
I would probably say my favorite building on campus was probably, as weird as it sounds, probably the STEM building. I enjoyed it a lot, even though I didn't get to be in there that often as an engineering major. Just like going through it and everything, and going to the STEM cafe and everything. Like it was a great place to get work done. Like if you really wanted to get work done.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm trying to think if I've been to the STEM building. I definitely had my time there. It's just kind of like I'm like opening up all the files in my memory of TCNJ right now.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, the most obvious answer is like the building I spent the most time in was the Stud, probably, just because like that's where everybody went to hang out and everything.
Hang out,
Plus, I worked there.
Yeah, that's true.
Over the summer, so.
Oh yeah, I just googled the STEM building of TCNJ. Yeah, this one is. That was a nice one.
Yeah, it's a.
Isn't that like the
it is.
one?
I think the STEM building is the newest building on campus.
Yeah, it's like all glass.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, I think I've only been there once.
Which ones are the newer ones? With like how much?
I'm like 99% sure the STEM building is the newest building.
I was under that impression too. I think like
that's what I was told at least.
Newest.
Which one?
Like, I feel like IMM was like the second or third newest, maybe.
Yeah, it's something like
it's
that.
It's new,
I forget.
But it's not like I felt like it wasn't the newest.
Yeah, they just the Stud isn't new. They just renovated it. But yeah. All right, we got one more question left for you, Matt. It's a very hard-hitting question. It's a question we ask all of our guests.
Okay.
What advice do you have for our younger listeners or to your younger self?
Oof. Let me see here. I'll touch on my younger self after this one, but to the young listeners, wherever you are in your journey, high school, you're applying for colleges, you're in college, you go to TCNJ even. Focus on what you want to accomplish, but at the same time, enjoy your time wherever you are. You know, the real world is going to be there. That's one of my things. I think I stressed too much at my time at TCNJ. Again, no regrets at all with anything I did. But even my senior year, I did an internship when I already had a job lined up. So
yeah,
I had to wake up 3 times a week at 6:30 to go to my internship in Princeton. And then the other days, I had to wake up at 7 for my 7:30 class. So my senior year wasn't as fun as it should have been. So with that, I'm saying, do what you have to do. Focus on your career, but at the end of the day, have fun, because when college is done, it's really done. So have your time, enjoy the friends you make along the way, and keep in contact with them. I think that's what's most important too. And then, I think just doing what you love to do. I think always being passionate is something that's very important. Even like a touchdown with Aruga's, its downfalls. Everything I do, I'm very passionate about. I wouldn't do anything that I'm not passionate about, because I think showing up to a place to work and you don't really care about what it is, it's a red flag, and you're not going to bring your best self to that position or for yourself to improve in that career. So just do what you love to do, and just manifest. Everything's going to work out. You always have your family, your friends to have your back. If I had to say anything to my younger self, is stretch before you do anything. I would say definitely develop all the skills you can. And for you, even this might be a little niche, but you bilingual, trilingual people out there, keep that. That's definitely essential when it comes to applying for jobs. The more languages, even if you're not bilingual and you're thinking about picking up a language, learn it. I think not that we're entering a time that needs to be important, but we've been in this time that knowing multiple languages makes you just a Swiss Army knife. that it makes you just, learn anything you can. Even myself, I'm trying to learn more Portuguese than I already know,
Nice.
and yeah, it's kind of hard to balance everything with work and then my exam I'm studying for, and then learning Portuguese. But it's definitely doable. So that's the advice I'd give to the listeners out there. And if you're on the fence for what team to support in the NBA, you got the New York Knicks all day. It's a little rocky, but we're gonna finish strong.
The Cleveland
so that's
Cavaliers. Nah.
Yeah, that's why I was a little hesitant mentioning that, because you guys are looking insane. Then we're just looking like we're slowing down on the tracks, but it's a lot, not a long season, but we're almost there. JB's gonna pop off in the playoffs, so I'm looking forward to that. So if you viewers don't know, don't follow NBA, just get a Knicks jersey, get a Jalen Brunson jersey, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean, also learn languages for Duo, the Duolingo mascot. He passed away.
Rip. Yes.
R.I.P. Duo.
Well, bro was harassing me, telling me to hop on my lessons. So
I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if this was like wasn't there like suspicious circumstances?
Yes. Apparently.
Still, learning language is very important. Even again, where I work, there's multiple times I have to struggle with a customer because they only speak Spanish, and I'm like, because I don't speak much. I know some, I know a lot of them. That's ice cream. We serve here.
Yeah,
even the whole, and also the whole care about what you do. Because again, this isn't like a crazy job that I like. It's not my dream job, but helping out customers and interacting with them it actually helps a lot with the day.
Yeah, definitely.
It makes sense.
Like one positive interaction with a customer can make my day. Like one nice conversation with someone.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I had a good day.
Yeah, I mean, a positive interaction with anyone can make your day. I bet, Matt, from being in the advisor roles, investment advising, one positive client that says, I love your work, it's great when you get that close. That feeling of closing a customer is an amazing feeling.
It really is.
Valentine's chocolate ones. That's it.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I think she bought it there, but still, it was just like, hey, you do a really good job. Here, have this. I was like, oh my god.
Damn.
You see that's awesome, man. Like the acknowledgement that your work matters and what you bring to the table is always good. Again,
one time I had another job, I was washing dishes and someone looked at me and was like, I appreciate you, and I froze for a second because
yeah,
it's huge, man. And I think that's why it matters, man. Be passionate at what you do. I think like Ryan just said, those small interactions mean a lot to people. Like Chris, like you just said, I think in my field too, investment is such a hot button conversation, because even the markets, you see how the markets are going today, and they've been going this whole week, and it's no one has a crystal ball, but it's all about trust at the end of the day. And I wouldn't even want to take I wouldn't want to work with someone who's worked a whole life for their savings to put them in something that's gonna just plummet. That's why again, and unfortunately there are these bad apples in the world, but you just have to be the ones that stick out from that and prove that there is good in the world. And I think that's something I really do believe in, just being the best you can, helping out everyone as much as you can. Really in my field, all fields really, if the customer, I always say if the customer eats, then we all eat. I'm happy too, you're happy, and that's the end of the day. That's how it should be, I think. And as you can see, I'm very passionate about being passionate.
Definitely.
And I definitely, just do what you want to do, and it'll work out.
Yeah. All right. I guess I can close us out unless you guys have anything else to say.
Yeah, we talked a lot.
We did.
I had a great time. Yeah.
This is really good.
Thanks, Matt, for coming on and talking with us. We really appreciate it. We appreciate your time. Thank you all for listening. Comment, like, subscribe, do all the things YouTubers tell you to do. As always, our social media links will be in the show notes and description below. Below. And goodbye. This podcast was a production of McCurdy Studios. Our intro and outro music is from pixabay.com. And peace.